Hey everybody, it's Gabriel from Automation Anywhere, and we are here at Imagine 2023. One of my favorite parts is the opportunity to speak with all of the wonderful people in this automation world. One of my favorite people is joining me right now, Claudia Michon, our SVP of Product Marketing. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so flattered to be one of your favorite people.
I'm sure you're on many lists. But Claudia, quickly, what's been your favorite part so far? It's been an amazing day.
Obviously talking with customers and hearing their feedback around the announcements and the excitement around their plans for how they're going to take all this back to their companies and start planning kind of the next chapter of their automation programs.
So for those people that are watching this after the fact, let's give them the TLDR version. Maybe they didn't see the keynote, maybe they didn't see your presentation, which, by the way, we will have on replay, so I recommend you go check it out.
It's a must watch.
But it's a must watch. Yes. Let's give them the TLDR anyway.
The TLDR. All right, well, we launched a ton of stuff, but it's all about putting automation and AI to work across the enterprise, helping to accelerate all of your business teams and increase their productivity, accelerating your automators, both your professional and your citizen developers, to accelerate their productivity so they can build even more, and doing this all responsibly with a variety of new tools and capabilities that we are providing to all of our customers so they can go faster.
As I mentioned, my favorite part is being able to talk, and yours as well, as you just said, is being able to talk to so many people. We've got 1,000+ people here under one roof. I mean, it's incredible, right? In the course of those conversations, I keep hearing some consistent themes. We saw it in the Now Next report as well. Big concern, big barrier to generative AI, or AI in general in deployment: security, governance, controls. What are we doing to help enterprises overcome the reticence or help them do it faster, better, safer?
Yeah, whenever you're embedding a new technology into an organization, you're walking into a bit of an unknown world. As generative AI is so nascent and new, there's a lot of unknowns, right? And making sure that your data is protected, your customers' data, your company data, it should be the number one goal for any company. And we realize that and understand that. So along with the innovation that we have built in to help you infuse generative AI into your automations, we've also been working just as hard to build in a set of AI tools and governance capabilities to ensure that you can meet the regulatory, security, and just confidence requirements that your organization has, making sure that you have full control over how your data is being used, who is able to touch it, and where they're able to take it. So that's been a huge part of our announcements today with our responsible AI layer.
So it seems like, effectively, when we talk about responsible AI and the responsible AI layer, fundamentally the platform, the Automation Success Platform, from day one, we built it with governance and security in mind. So, right now everyone's talking about generative AI. Next year it could be something else. But whatever it is, foundationally, the sort of ethos of the platform, of our company, of the solution, is around this idea of governance, security, so that no matter what technology comes next, you've built these good habits, you have these controls in place, right? So that you're protected and you can automate with confidence.
Well, governance is one of the things that really sets us apart as a technology vendor. You can't just have technology running amok, unfettered in an organization. You have to be able to control and manage that. Any IT leader will say yes, absolutely. And so we have definitely built that into our platform. Before generative AI came aboard, we've had a lot of these capabilities already, and we've just expanded it. So as you are injecting generative AI and you're integrating with new models, your data is going to be touching some new things. So we've built in additional controls to make sure that you have the ability to turn that switch on and off, and you can control who has access to that. Everything from who is allowed to create prompts, because prompts are data, right? They can give away IP or information. You want to be able to manage that. to what data goes into foundational models or can be pulled out of it. So all of that is just incredibly important to be able to manage and monitor as an enterprise.
So being back under one roof with over 1,000 people from the automation community, the announcements, generative AI, all of the things, the excitement is palpable. What's interesting too is I remember a few years ago talking to folks in the hallway or sitting down with customers, even partners even, a good lot of them were sort of in the start phase, as we would say. Now many of them are accelerating because of things like the migration to Automation 360 and Cloud Native and all these things. Tell me a little bit more about some of the specifics, what we're helping and providing to our customers so they can accelerate and scale.
Well, I know this is kind of a trope, but the only constant is change, and we are all now in this world that is rapidly changing, faster than ever before. We both have kids, and I'm sure we think about what is the world going to look like when they're off with their own careers. And just the pace is so fast. And because the world is changing so fast and business is changing so fast, processes have to change rapidly as well. And we need to facilitate that. We need to facilitate the ability for our customers to be able to respond to those shifts. So in order to do that, we have launched Automation Copilot for Automators, which has given your automation creators the ability to quickly create new automations using natural language prompts. So put in a prompt, what do you want to create, and you get this draft process flow that all you need to do is configure, dramatically shortening the automation creation and deployment process, which is not only important to get through the growing backlog of new automation requests that are coming in from your business teams. We know that that's one of the biggest gripes of automation teams, but can allow you to quickly respond to the changing needs and in some cases threats across an organization. So incredibly excited about Automation Copilot, now available for automators. And the other piece that kind of takes that to the next level is autopilot. And typically in an organization, you'll have a series of teams that are often in silos. Your business teams and your business analysts that are kind of mapping out what processes are happening, what are the problems, and what needs to be automated. And then that will get thrown over a wall to some technology team that's charged with creating the automation. And oftentimes these groups just don't really know each other. They're different cultures. They're sometimes speaking different languages. So with Autopilot, we've literally fused these fusion teams, and we've significantly shortened the process from process discovery to understanding the opportunity and the potential ROI of an automation to actually developing it. So all of that has been automated, of course, with a human in the loop at every step to validate it and make sure that it's relevant, it's right for the business, and it's the right thing to do moving forward. So those are two massively leapfrog innovations that are going to help every single enterprise build automation so much faster than before.
I mean, it's all amazing stuff, but just, I know you're close to the product team. I got a favor. I got a little item for the wish list.
All right.
I just want to be able to go onto my laptop, hit the microphone button and say, hey, I need automation to do X, Y, and Z. It comes back and it's like, here you go, just press the button and go. Can we?
We are rapidly on that path. Safe harbor, I don't know the roadmap, so I don't want to get into trouble here, but what you saw today was really the beginning of so many things to come. You saw prompt to automation, right? Create an automation from a natural language prompt that can be reused and recycled over and over and over again. But pretty soon we're going to get to a world where we have prompt to action. And that's, Gabe, business user, has a particular need, a very specific, unique need. I need to update my meeting next week with Claudia. And you're going to make that request, and maybe it'll need to update, Outlook, or rewrite the agenda, or send a notification email to someone else or the team that's impacted, whatever that is. And what's going to happen is you're going to be able to either through voice or text, create a natural language prompt, and that will auto-generate an action. And that will be very unique. It will be an ephemeral piece of code or an ephemeral automation that will only need to be used once. And that's pretty exciting because now we'll have the ability to create these hyper-personalized automations and actions, which will translate into hyper-personalized customer experiences for your customer, or hyper-personalized, IT interactions or HR interactions, and everything will just be very, very unique and bespoke. But we'll be able to do this because we can create such a level of personalization at scale because it's so simple and such a low cost.
And you have, like for instance, with the automation success platform, just backing it up, is this idea of, so that's like the output on, for somebody like me, like a business user, but on the back end, you've got the ability to then leverage the model you need. You can do it securely, right? You can manage it via the COE and all those different things, right? So all of that end-to-end solution then all comes together so that I can have this personalized experience and really have my own digital assistant where I'm like, hey, go do X for me.
Yes.
Right?
And of course, I know we've said this a lot, we will always need the governance and controls in place. We don't want, Gabe requesting some proprietary financial information and being able to share that out with competitors, but to an extent and a degree. So you're going to be able to create these boundaries and these frameworks within which your teams can work in, and it's pretty exciting stuff. We're going to be able to move so incredibly fast. I mean, nobody knows what it's going to look like.
Hey, there's so much in front of us. There's so much we've already accomplished. And again, in closing, I think it's important for people to understand because we all see the headlines every day. We see various vendors, and many of them sort of say similar things. Mm-hmm. I think one of the differentiators is that you can do this today. You can put Gen AI to work today.
We have it today. Yep. So yes, a lot of what we showed today is currently available in the product. And we have customers who are using it, whether they're in pilot phase or they're deploying more broadly. And that's the most important thing, I think, for any company wondering, do I, don't I? Just get started. Start experimenting, start testing. You will learn a lot. You will get your juices flowing. You will start brainstorming, what is possible. And you'll learn, what are the boundaries that we need to set and create. So we encourage all of our customers to, of course, contact their account rep and get started with automation and generative AI today and putting it to work across every team.
Put generative AI to work. Start today. I will put a link up right here or right here. I forget which side. I'm ambidextrous, so I appreciate the time. Thank you. I know you're extremely busy. Great job today. If you haven't watched it already, go watch her product keynote.
Watch the product keynote. You'll get all the news.
Look for more content from Claudia. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Gabe.
We'll talk to you soon.